You know guys, normally I wasn't gonna make a video today. As of late I've been uploading every other day, but I'm just gonna be honest, I've been getting very agitated guys. There's one thing that really does grind my gears and I keep on seeing it, and it's 100% the reason why I am making today's video. Guys, I keep seeing this video of Rick Ross eating a piece of chicken with a toothpick. And look man, no disrespect, but this shit just pisses me off, right? Now, what's also pissing me off, guys, is what's going on with Battlefield 6 REDSEC. And it appears as though people aren't really vibing with it, and unfortunately, it looks like it has some pretty bad implications for the multiplayer, and we're gonna get into it right now, but before we do, guys, I'm gonna need you to Batista bomb the fucking like button right now. And subscribe if you're new, guys. We're on the way to 70k. You know what to do down in the comments below. Hashtag F7, guys. At 65k, we are dropping a free copy of Battlefield 6. And without further ado, let's get right into it. So before REDSEC came out, I talked about how I had concerns that it would either not be very good because it's kind of rushed out and not very polished, and at the same time I had a lot of concerns about how it might overtake the priority away from multiplayer. And they're gonna do this whole thing where they want people to migrate over to the free-to-play mode in BR and not the multiplayer experience that you paid money for. Those were my concerns before it launched. The next day, it launched, and I told everybody the honest truth, which was that it's not that bad of an experience, and I still truly do believe that. I'm not gonna come out here and gooch lick it and say that it's like the greatest fucking thing ever and that it's a refreshing feeling to BRs, because honestly, as somebody that's not really a Battle Royale fan, it's pretty much a lateral change at best for me. I do appreciate certain things about it, but overall, it doesn't really add anything in my opinion at least, and whether or not it even existed, it wouldn't really change how I feel about Battle Royales. And guys, as it stands, at least on the Steam charts, the player count is honestly quite healthy with the addition of Battlefield 6 REDSEC. By the way, this screenshot's from like 1:30 in the morning. I just got done with a shit ton of assignments, so if you could leave a like for the Scadmaster, you know, for the effort, that would be appreciated. But yeah, as it stands, it appears to be quite healthy, at least in terms of a player count. But you see, this is where things start taking a turn, because as it turns out, a lot of the people that are playing, yeah, there's a lot of people that really do enjoy it, and at the same time, there's a lot of people that really don't. I'd like for you guys to see this tweet from Charlie Intel, where he comes out here and says, many Battlefield 6 multiplayer players are upset that the Season 1 Battle Pass has a lot of weekly challenges that are tied to playing REDSEC, saying it feels like a bait and switch, which honestly to a T is almost exactly what I described before it came out. And you guys know me, I'm not really one for the seasonal content, and I'm also not one for the BR, so seeing in-game content that you don't have by default be behind this lock that requires you to play Battlefield 6 REDSEC Battle Royale, as somebody who's not a BR fan, it's just annoying. It's really just an inconvenience. And whether you think this is a big deal or not is not really relevant when there's hundreds of thousands of people that are not fucking with this. And guys, we're about to start entering the territory of a slippery slope, so please try to follow along with this. Please, Battlefield 6 fans and other FPS fans, please do not have the same low IQ as the Call of Duty community.
Fuck school! Fuck all this bullshit! What the fuck?
Try to follow my train of thought here, alright? You guys know for the last couple of weeks that the Battlefield community has been very vocal about the skins in the game, claiming that they're not very realistic and that they're ruining the immersion. And while my initial impulsive thought is, hey, you know what? I don't really think this is that serious. And we could talk about that in depth in a separate video, but I started thinking more about it, and to me, I remember having this similar feeling back in Call of Duty, where seeing some of the first iterations of goofy skins in the modern era of Call of Duty, obviously we had them back in Advanced Warfare with the clown skins and the gingerbread skins, and we had bacon camo back in Black Ops 2, but once they really started to go deep into it with like Black Ops Cold War or even MW 2019 and specifically Vanguard and onwards, that's when I knew that things would get drastically worse over time. And that's exactly what fucking happened, alright? Never wrong, just early. That's a saying that we have over here. And it was proven with that. Well, The same thing I think might actually happen to Battlefield 6, and not necessarily with the skins themselves, but with this whole thing with Battle Royale, where one of the biggest appeals with the multiplayer is the fact that it's not necessarily a milsim, but it mirrors and parallels a lot of things that happen in actual war combat, and that's very appealing to a ton of different Battlefield players. Well, the Battlefield 6 Battle Royale doesn't really breed that same vibe, and I genuinely believe it is going to get worse. I want you to pay attention to this specific trailer that came out right before BF6 launched in regards to the multiplayer while making fun of Call of Duty.
Secret destroyer.
Okay, boys, we're here to do one thing. One thing.
Who was that?
You guys remember that whole live action celebrity trailer, right? And everybody was talking shit about Call of Duty, and everybody was really gassing up the Battlefield 6 trailer because honestly, it was really good. It was very well done. Well, I want you guys to watch this next trailer that is specifically the live action trailer for REDSEC, and I just want you guys to pay attention to the differences between the two trailers. You guys notice something here? It seems like in the multiplayer, they had this whole thing about not being goofy and sticking to the roots with a natural war game, and yet with the REDSEC trailer here, we have random office workers just jumping out of a building and the brides at a wedding gearing up for a fucking battle royale.
That shit is a two-pack of ass!
In my opinion, it's very Call of Duty-esque, and I think it is fucking disgusting, alright? I do truly think it is goofy, and whether or not some people come out here talking about, oh man, it's not really that big of a deal, you're just looking for things to rage bait about. Look, I had the exact same type of takes over in COD, and damn near all of it actually came to fruition. It starts with one piece of cringe, and then it turns into just straight up cringe slop for the entirety of a title. And then we start getting all of these fucking like replacer trailers for the next COD. And I understand the whole point is to grab as many celebrities as humanly possible just to promote the shit, be funny and whatnot, but you can just tell when they're doing too much with the marketing and with the goofy cringy slop, and not enough with the actual multiplayer experience. Also, let me not forget that if you disliked any of those replacer trailers, especially the ones with Jake Paul in it, just remember, according to the Call of Duty fanbase, that means you have depression. I don't really understand the correlation, but that's just how their brain cells work. A lot of these guys have CTE, they literally have holes in their brains, and if it works like that over there in COD, then I assume it works the same way here in Battlefield 6. Meaning, the more cringy bullshit that you see in Battlefield 6 as time goes on, the more people are going to get upset with you if you call it out. And my recommendation is, you should probably call it out. Please, try to be on the right side of history with it this time. Do not let Battlefield 6 go down the same route as Call of Duty. And when you see shit that you don't like, I highly encourage everybody to talk shit if they feel like they need to talk shit. I can give you an example of somebody who is actively gooch licking the fucking shit out of REDSEC right now. And honestly, this should come as no surprise, but yes, this is coming out from Mr. Doug Dimmadome Warzone.
Fuck you, Doug!
Battlefield REDSEC is being review bombed 35% on Steam because 1, it exists, 2, no solos, 3, some battle pass challenges require players to engage with the BR, and 4, they think it got more focus than Battlefield 6 multiplayer. I'm sorry, but these have to be the dumbest reasons to review bomb I've seen. Oh, Doug, this is literally the reason why we meme Doug every single opportunity we get on the channel. I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say I completely disagree with this guy's entire fucking tweet and say that people giving it a negative review based off of the fact that it exists is actually quite valid, considering the fact that a lot of people don't really want Battle Royale. And if your response to that is, well then just don't play it, just stay on Battlefield multiplayer, then the other point about the Battle Pass challenges requiring players to be in the BR instead of the multiplayer, that completely nullifies your point about not needing to play Battle Royale. when if you want all of the content in the game that you spent $70 on, then unfortunately you have to go play the fucking Battle Royale. And to the people that actually do like BR, not having solos is actually something that pisses a lot of people off, especially considering this is exactly what they used to do in COD and people didn't like that. And here, in Battlefield 6, please give me a reason why people would fucking like that. And if your whole thing is about, oh, they're just collecting the data. Brother, fuck the data. We're talking about a AAA company over here. Get it the fuck together and give people the playlist that they fucking want. And then his last point about thinking that it's not a big deal that other people think that Battle Royale is getting more focused than multiplayer. I encourage people to please take a look on the Steam charts and just see the direction that the Battlefield 6 multiplayer was kind of heading towards before REDSEC came out. I pointed it out in this video, but the player count went up a little bit and it's actually at a pretty stable, healthy point right now, which you might think is good, and I would generally say that is a pretty good thing. But please pay attention to these battle passes, pay attention to the seasonal content, pay attention to how much they want you to go play Battle Royale over the multiplayer, every single incentive that comes with it, every single live action trailer that looks cringy as fuck going into Battlefield 6 Battle Royale. Again, it's not to hate on the mode because it sucks, alright? I don't genuinely think it sucks at all. I call it REDSEC, you know, it's a fucking joke, man. Jesus Christ, but seriously, it's not a terrible mode whatsoever. I just so happen to think the multiplayer is significantly better, and with them dividing resources for the BR, as well as these cringy fucking trailers, as well as some of the skins that people aren't enjoying that are directly tied to the battle pass for the season, which requires you to play the Battle Royale once again, we're slowly going in the exact same direction that Call of Duty went in. And let me tell you, the short term, you know, the honeymoon phase, with all of these sort of things and changes, they might captivate quite a few people, but over time, especially in the long term, I mean, take a look at Call of Duty, for example. Over time, people get fucking sick of this shit.
Yeah, I know it, cuz.
People get annoyed that the multiplayer is taking the back seat to the Battle Royale. They get annoyed with the cosmetics and the microtransactions and all of this greedy slop that Activision does that EA is more than capable of doing the exact same shit. So yeah, I do think this is quite concerning if you're a Battlefield 6 fan. In closing, please remember, Battlefield community and any other FPS community out there, if there's shit that you do not like, call it out. Alright, don't be like the Call of Duty community that ridicules people that talk shit about Call of Duty and then start talking about how they're disingenuous and how they're just rage baiting for money and views and they don't actually care about COD until Call of Duty actually makes the changes that those exact same rage baiters have been talking shit about for months and years. Don't let your community wait years upon years before you get a positive change to something that you don't like. Bite the bullet right now, rip the band-aid off immediately, even if you're in the honeymoon phase, and talk that fucking shit. But that's gonna do it for me today, guys. I'm curious to know what you guys think about all this. What are your thoughts on REDSEC and how people are review bombing it, and all the implications that point towards it becoming a little bit more like Call of Duty and Warzone? Let me know down in the comments below, and if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notifications to stay up to date with my newest videos. And yeah, guys, it's been the boy Fooly. Have yourselves a good one. I'm out of here. Peace.
This ain't in my body.